Hello and welcome. I'm Kannon Moore of Kannon Moore Law in Central Texas, where we help people get out of debt, get rid of stress, and get on with their lives. If you're considering filing for bankruptcy, then you probably know the difference between secured and unsecured debt. And you may know that debts can be treated differently in Chapter 7 bankruptcy versus a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. But what you may not know is that where you bank could actually cause your unsecured debt to be converted into secured debt. I recently had a consultation with someone who is the ideal candidate for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, but ended up choosing the 3 to 5 year repayment plan of a Chapter 13 bankruptcy because of the fine print at their credit union. The reason why is because credit unions frequently use a tool called cross-collateralization that allows them to convert unsecured debt, like credit cards and signature loans, into secured debt when a credit union member finances a car through the credit union. Most people will never know that these cross-collateralization provisions are included in the paperwork that they sign with their credit union to finance their vehicles. But I bet you can imagine the shock that some people experience when they learn that their car may be repossessed if they default on their credit cards or their personal loans. Similarly, when clients come to see me and all signs are pointing toward Chapter 7 bankruptcy being the best solution for their situation, you can imagine the frustration that some of them experience when they learn that these cross-collateralization provisions buried in the finance paperwork for their vehicle is forcing their hand and causing them to opt into the repayment plan of a Chapter 13 bankruptcy instead. Now, to be clear, credit union members can file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy even if they have multiple debts with a credit union. They just have some difficult choices to make. If they choose a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and they want to keep the car that's financed with the credit union, then they have to agree to also keep the credit card and or loan that they have with the credit union as well. Alternatively, they can surrender the vehicle and get rid of the credit card loan debt as well as the debt associated with the vehicle. For many people who would choose to keep their car, this choice can significantly reduce the benefit that they would stand to gain by filing for bankruptcy in the first place, particularly if a large portion of their debt is held by the credit union. The decision to choose a Chapter 13 bankruptcy instead of a Chapter 7 has to do with certain benefits of a Chapter 13 that allows the portion of the secured debt that's greater than the value of the collateral to be converted into unsecured debt. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Let's imagine that somebody has a car and a credit card and a personal loan, all held by a credit union. Now, because of the cross-collateralization provisions, the credit card and the personal loan are going to become secured debts. By filing for a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, what we do is we assess the value of the car and the value of all of the secured debts, including the credit card and the personal loans, and we get rid of all of the portion of the secured debt that's greater than the value of the car. So if the value of the car is $10,000 and the total value of all secured debt, to include the debt for the vehicle and the debt for the credit card and the debt for the personal loan, if the value of all of that debt is, say, $20,000, then in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, we may be able to get rid of that additional $10,000 and reduce the total value that the debtor owes to $10,000. That means that the person that I consulted with this week can undo the cross-collateralization between their car, credit cards, and personal loans at the credit union. And they'll likely be able to discharge a large portion of the debt associated with the credit cards and auto loan without actually repaying them due to their income. Unfortunately, the price tag on that involves them being in bankruptcy for the next half-decade, all because of where they bank. The bankruptcy code includes many nuances just like this that can trip up the unsuspecting. While it's true that you can file for bankruptcy on your own, the risk of walking into pitfalls like cross-collateralization is real and can have very serious consequences that may greatly reduce the benefit of filing for bankruptcy in the first place. It's important that you talk to a bankruptcy lawyer about your specific situation if you're considering filing for bankruptcy. If you're in the Central Texas area and you're looking to file for bankruptcy, go ahead and give my office a call today to schedule your free consultation.